Part 1. The Awakening and the Connection. Have you ever experienced that sudden, jarring return to reality? You wake in the dead of night, perhaps at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock am, with your heart racing against your ribs and your breath catching in your throat. The room is dark, the house is silent, but in the theater of your mind, a specific image is burning with an intensity that feels more real than the bed you are lying in. It is the image of a person, and you lie there staring into the darkness, haunted by a single pressing question: why them? And why now? I know that feeling intimately. It is that lingering sensation that what you just experienced wasn't merely a dream. It wasn't a hallucination or a random firing of neurons. It felt like a meeting. It felt like a destination. The conventional world, the world of skeptics and materialists, will try to tell you that this is meaningless. They will say your brain is simply taking out the trash, processing the random debris of your daily memories. They will blame it on a stressful day at work, a fragment of a movie you watched, or perhaps that poorly digested meal before bed. But deep down, in the quietest, most intuitive part of your being, you know they are wrong. You know because you felt the energetic signature of that encounter. The truth is this: there are no coincidences in the landscape of dreams. Every single person who crosses the threshold of your sleep was carefully chosen. They were not selected by your conscious mind or your logical brain. They were summoned by the deepest, wisest, and most ancient part of you, your soul. This part of you operates beyond the noise of the ego, always connected to the spiritual plane, always aware of the unseen currents that guide our lives. We often think of sleep as a time when we shut down, a time of darkness and inactivity. But consider this: when you close your physical eyes, you are actually opening your spiritual ones. Your physical body rests, yes, but your consciousness expands. You cross an invisible portal that bridges the gap between the material world, the world of gravity, taxes, and time, and the energetic world. The ancients called this the Astral Plane. In this sacred space, the noise of the rational mind is silenced. The filters of the ego are removed. The distractions of daily life dissolve. And finally, your soul can speak. But the soul does not speak English or Spanish or French. It does not use the clumsy tool of human language. The soul speaks in symbols. It speaks in sensations. It speaks in encounters. And because we are fundamentally relational beings, because our evolution is inextricably linked to the people around us, the soul chooses to speak through the image of others. Think with me for a moment. Consider the sheer number of people you have encountered in your lifetime. Hundreds, perhaps thousands. The colleagues, the family members, the childhood friends, the acquaintances on social media, the stranger you passed on the street 3 years ago. Your brain has cataloged every single one of those faces. It has a vast library of characters to choose from. So, why does your dreamscape return to the same specific people? Why does that ex-partner from a decade ago suddenly reappear when you haven't thought of them in months? Why does a deceased grandmother sit by your bedside? Why does a distant friend show up with a message that feels urgent? It is not random. It is never random. Your soul is using these individuals as living symbols. They are messengers carrying truths that you are finally ready to confront. When your ex appears, it may not be about them as a person. It is about what they represent in your journey, perhaps a cycle you haven't closed, a wound you haven't healed, or a version of yourself that you left behind. When a deceased loved one appears, is it just grief, or is it a genuine visitation of ancestral wisdom? The answer is complex, and throughout this series, we are going to decode every single layer of these appearances. But before we can interpret the specific message, you must understand the fundamental mechanism at play. Dreams are the mother tongue of the soul. While you are awake, you are navigating the physical laws. But when you sleep, you enter a realm where physics as we know it does not apply. Time is not linear, it is circular. Space is not a barrier, it is a thought. In this dimension, your soul has total freedom to orchestrate the encounters you need to have, not necessarily the ones you want to have. Your soul knows you better than you know yourself. It knows your unhealed traumas. It knows your dormant gifts that are waiting to be awakened. It knows the relationships that need to be repaired and the ones that need to be released. It knows the connections from past lives that are still bleeding into your present reality. So if you woke up today with the memory of someone specific, do not brush it aside. Pause. Breathe. Ask the question, what is this presence teaching me? What part of myself does this person mirror? The answers will come. They may not arrive immediately, but the universe always answers a sincere question. To truly grasp why this happens, we must look at the invisible architecture that connects us all. There is an invisible thread, an energetic cord that connects you to every person you have ever loved, every person you have ever hated, and every person who has ever touched your soul. I am not speaking in metaphors here. I am speaking of an energetic reality that is as tangible as the air you breathe, perceivable by anyone who has developed sufficient spiritual sensitivity. Have you ever had that inexplicable experience where you suddenly think of someone for no apparent reason, and moments later they call you? Or perhaps you feel a sudden wave of heaviness, only to find out later that a loved one was in crisis at that exact moment. That is not coincidence. That is the vibration traveling along these invisible cords. Every time you create an emotional bond with another human being, whether that bond is forged in love, anger, gratitude, or resentment, you establish an energetic bridge between your aura and theirs. The stronger the emotion, the thicker and more durable the cord. And here is the crucial part. These cords do not vanish simply because you stopped talking to the person. They do not disappear because you broke up, or because they moved away, or even because they died. Unless you consciously dissolve or transmute them, these cords remain active. They continue to pulsate with information, memory, and energy. This is why you dream of that person from years ago. The cord is still there. It is still vibrating. And during sleep, when the heavy barriers of your conscious mind are lowered, these cords become highways of communication. But there is something even deeper at play here. We must talk about soul contracts. Before you incarnated into this physical body, before you took your first breath, it is believed that you made agreements. You signed spiritual contracts with other souls who agreed to be part of your evolution. Your father, your mother, the love of your life, and yes, even the friend who betrayed you, they all agreed to play a specific role in your movie. The pact was simple. I will appear in your life, and I will trigger this emotion or create this situation to help you learn the lesson you chose to experience. In dreams, the veil is lifted, and these contracts are laid bare. You meet these people in the astral plane not by accident, but because there is pending work. There is healing to be done. There is forgiveness to be granted. There is love to be expressed. Or perhaps it is simply a confirmation that the agreement has been fulfilled, and it is time to cut the cord and move forward. Imagine your soul as a sophisticated radio station. During the day, you are tuned into the dense, heavy frequency of physical reality, the traffic, the bills, the responsibilities. There is too much static to hear the subtle signals. But when you sleep, your frequency elevates. You begin to pick up other stations, and the strongest signals you receive will always come from the souls with whom you have deep ties. When someone thinks of you intensely, the energy of that thought travels. It finds the cord that connects you. It traverses the distance instantly. During the day, your busy mind blocks it. But at night, you are vulnerable. You are receptive. the message passes through and manifests as a dream. Modern science is only just beginning to validate what mystics have known for millennia. Quantum physics speaks of entanglement, the phenomenon where two particles that have interacted remain linked, affecting each other instantaneously across vast distances. If subatomic particles behave this way, why wouldn't the complex energy of human consciousness do the same? We are made of stardust. We are condensed energy, and energy knows no physical limitations. This explains why you can dream of someone on the other side of the world. It explains why visitations from lost loved ones feel so distinct from regular dreams. Their consciousness continues to exist on a different frequency, and during sleep, you have managed to tune your receiver to their channel. But there is a warning here, and it is one you must heed. You are also creating these chords right now in your waking life. Every thought you direct towards someone, every emotion you nurture, is either strengthening a bond of light or reinforcing a chain of darkness. If you are constantly ruminating on grievances, replaying arguments in your head, or nursing hidden anger, you are keeping toxic chords active. You are literally inviting those people into your dream space, not because you want them there, but because the energy demands resolution. On the other hand, when you practice genuine forgiveness, when you release with gratitude, you transform the quality of those connections. They cease to be prisons and become bridges. And the dreams that arise from these elevated connections are completely different. They are dreams of healing, of blessing, and of profound confirmation that you are evolving. So ask yourself, what kind of energy am I maintaining? Because ultimately, you are not a victim of your dreams. You are a co-creator of them. Your soul is using these nightly encounters to show you a map of your spiritual relationships, guiding you toward where you need to go next. Part 2, the quantum call and the visitors. Let's go deeper into the mechanics of this connection. Imagine this scenario. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. You wake up suddenly. The dream is still fresh, almost tangible in the air around you. That specific person was there, looking directly into your eyes, saying something that felt crucial. You reach for your phone on the nightstand, squinting against the blue light, and there it is. 2 unread messages from them sent just minutes ago. Is that a coincidence? No. What you just experienced is one of the most common, yet least understood phenomena of energetic communication between living souls. While you slept, that person's consciousness reached out for yours. They intended to find you on the astral plane before they even physically picked up their device, and your soul picked up the call. This happens constantly, far more often than our rational minds allow us to believe. When someone thinks of you with genuine emotional intensity, whether that emotion is deep longing, sharp concern, overwhelming love, or even unresolved anger, that energy creates a wave. It travels straight to you. During the daylight hours, you are shielded by the noise of the world and the distractions of your own thoughts. But at night, when your defenses soften, the message arrives. We can categorize these living encounters into 3 distinct types. Understanding these will help you navigate your relationships with a clarity you have never had before. The first type is the silent crisis. This is when the person needs you, but their ego or their circumstances prevent them from reaching out in the waking world. It could be an unspoken call for help, a deep loneliness they cannot express, or a situation where they feel trapped. Your soul senses this vibration before your conscious mind does. The dream often comes as an alert. You might see them sitting alone in a dark room, or looking at you without speaking. You wake up with a feeling of heaviness or anxiety that isn't yours. It is theirs. The second type is the energetic dial-up. This occurs when someone is thinking of you obsessively. They are planning to contact you. They are replaying memories of you, or they are simply missing you with a profound ache. This type of dream usually leaves a very specific physical sensation upon waking, a tightness in the chest, or an inexplicable certainty that you need to talk to them. And when you finally do, you discover the truth. "I was just thinking about you," they say. This is especially common with people with whom you have shared deep intimacy, ex-partners, soul friends, or close family members. The energetic cord between you functions like a spiritual telephone line. When they pick up their side and dial your frequency with emotion, your side rings during sleep. The third type is the most subtle and yet the most powerful, the unspoken truth. These are the things the person never had the courage to say to your face. Requests for forgiveness that were swallowed by pride. Declarations of love that were silenced by fear. Confessions of hidden truths. In the astral plane, stripped of the ego's armor, souls communicate with brutal honesty. Have you ever dreamed of someone apologizing to you profusely, even though in real life they are stubborn and refuse to admit fault? That is not your imagination engaging in wishful thinking. That is their soul, on a higher level of consciousness, recognizing the mistake and seeking reconciliation. Their physical ego may never admit it, but their essence knows, and it seeks you in the safety of the dream world to make peace. The fascinating thing is that this communication is not a one-way street. You may be sending messages without even realizing it. That friend who appeared out of nowhere after years of silence. You may have dreamed of them days before, triggering the connection. That person you keep thinking about. You are likely sending energetic waves into their sleep. We are living antennas, constantly transmitting and receiving. Most people miss these signals because they do not know how to tune in. They dismiss it all as just a dream. So here is the secret to distinguishing a random brain dump from a real message. Pay attention to the feeling. When a dream is just mental processing, your brain organizing the files of the day, the memory fades quickly. It dissolves like mist. But when it is a genuine message from a living soul, you wake up with urgency. The feeling sticks to you. Sometimes you can even hear the echo of their voice in your head. Their name repeats in your mind throughout the day. I always advise this. If you wake up thinking of someone specific for no apparent reason, do not ignore it. Honor the impulse. Send a message. Make a call. Just ask, is everything okay? Most of the time you will find that yes, something was happening on their side. And the simple act of acknowledging the connection brings an inexplicable relief to both of you, because you have validated the invisible synchronicity that orchestrates our lives. However, be careful of a common trap. Not every dream requires external action. Sometimes, when you dream of someone, the message is for you to process internally. The difference lies in the aftertaste of the dream. If you wake up in peace, with a sense of closure or clarity, the message has been delivered and processed. There is nothing left to do but offer gratitude. But if you wake up agitated, with questions burning in your mind, then perhaps it is time to extend a hand in the physical world. Now we must cross a different threshold. We must talk about the dreams that change us forever. There is a type of dream that you never forget. It is the one where a person who has already passed away appears. But they are so real, so vivid, that you can feel the warmth of their hug. You can hear the specific cadence of their laughter. You can see the light in their eyes. You wake up with tears streaming down your face, but also with an absolute certainty in your heart. That wasn't a dream. It was a meeting. And you are right. It was. Death is not the end of connection. It is merely a change of address. The person you love did not cease to exist. They simply migrated to a different frequency of reality. And dreams are the most accessible bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. It is the only time your vibration rises enough, and their vibration lowers enough, for you to meet in the middle. Mediums, shamans, and spiritual masters from every major tradition confirm this truth. Spiritual visitations in dreams are real. They are not projections of your grief. They are not your mind creating comfort to soothe your pain. They are genuine encounters between your soul and the soul of the departed. But how can you be sure? How can you differentiate a visitation from a regular dream born of longing? There are clear signs, signatures of the soul that mark a true visitation. The first sign is clarity. In normal dreams, the environment is often confusing. Things are blurry, illogical, and chaotic. You are in your house, but it looks like a school. People change faces mid-conversation. But in a spiritual visitation, everything is crystal clear. The person appears exactly as you remember them, or often they appear younger, healthier, and more radiant. The setting is simple. The focus is entirely on the interaction. There is no chaos, there is only purpose. The second sign is the feeling upon waking. This is the most telling indicator. After a normal grief dream, you often wake up feeling heavy, sad, or empty, emphasizing the loss. But after a true visitation, you wake up in peace. Even if you cried during the interaction, there is a deep serenity that settles in your chest, a profound knowing that they are okay, and that you will be okay. The energy of the encounter is restorative. The third sign is specific messages. In real visitations, the person often brings information. They might offer guidance on a current situation in your life that they couldn't have known about when they were alive. They might warn you about a decision, comfort you regarding a problem you haven't told anyone about, or even reveal the location of lost items. There are countless documented accounts of people dreaming of deceased relatives who revealed where important documents were hidden, or warned of health issues before a medical diagnosis. How could your grieving mind fabricate accurate information it didn't possess? It couldn't. That is evidence of active consciousness. The fourth sign is the energy. Spiritual visitations carry a unique frequency. Those who experience them often describe a different quality of light in the dream. Colors are more vivid, or there is a soft, golden glow surrounding the person. The predominant emotion is pure, distilled love. On the other side of the veil, the human ego dissolves. The grudges, the resentments, the petty arguments, all of that is left behind with the physical body. What remains is the pure essence of the soul. So even if the person was difficult in life, even if you had a complicated relationship, when they visit you in dreams, you often encounter their highest version. They come to heal. They come to say goodbye. They come to close the cycles that were left open. But here is something important to remember if you are waiting for a sign. Not every deceased person will visit you right away. There is a transition process that souls undergo after death. Some need time to adjust to their new reality. Others are busy with their own evolutionary process in the higher realms. And some simply respect your grieving process, waiting for the right moment when their appearance won't frighten or shatter you. If you are waiting for a visitation and it hasn't come yet, it does not mean they don't care. It does not mean they are gone forever. It simply means that spiritual timing is not the same as physical time. The visitation will happen when you are truly ready to receive it, when your pain has lessened enough for you to perceive their presence without falling apart. Can you facilitate this? Yes. You can create a receptive, energetic space. Before you sleep, create a small ritual. Say a simple prayer. Light a candle. Speak to them. Ask with an open heart for them to come to you. Do not demand it with desperation, for desperation creates a block. Invite them with love. And then let go. Trust that if it is for your highest good, the encounter will happen. And when it does, when that visitation finally occurs, pay attention to every detail. What was said? How did you feel? What was the silent transmission? Write everything down the second you wake up. These dreams are made of a high-frequency energy that tends to evaporate rapidly when it hits the density of the waking world. Anchor it onto paper. Know this, the people we love never completely leave us. They may no longer be physically present to hold our hands, but they continue walking by our side on another plane. Dreams are the windows through which they wave to us, reminding us that love is stronger than death, that we are eternal, and that we will meet again. Part 3. The Mirror, the Future, and the Rituals. Now we must navigate the most confusing terrain of the dreamscape, the ghosts of the past. You wake up thinking about him, or her. That person you swore you were over. Years have passed. You have moved on, built a new life, perhaps even found a new love. But the dream was so intense, so intimate that you spend the entire day disturbed, questioning your own heart. Why now? Why does this person still occupy prime real estate in my subconscious? Do I still love them? Do they want to come back? Take a deep breath. Stop the spiral. Just because you dream of an ex-partner does not mean you haven't moved on. It does not mean you are meant to be together. When ex-partners appear in dreams, your soul is often working through layers that your conscious mind has long buried. In the symbolic language of the soul, an ex is rarely just a person. They are a time marker. They represent a version of you that existed during that period of your life. Think of it this way. That relationship held a specific container for your growth. It held your hopes, your insecurities, your beliefs about love, and your fears of abandonment at that specific age. When they walk into your dream tonight, your soul is revisiting that chapter of your history, not necessarily their current reality. It is processing lessons. It is healing wounds that were opened in that relationship, but have roots that go much deeper, perhaps back to childhood. Often, the ex appears right when you are about to repeat a pattern in your current life. Your soul brings them out as a warning sign, saying, "Look, you are doing it again. You are choosing the same toxic dynamic, just with a different face." Other times, the ex shows up when you have finally mastered the lesson that the relationship taught you. The dream works like a spiritual graduation. In these dreams, the interaction is calm. There is no drama, no fighting, just a peaceful acknowledgement. That is your soul closing the book. So breathe. Process. Instead of texting them, ask yourself, what part of myself does this person represent? What cycle am I being called to observe? But sometimes, the person in the dream isn't a message from the past, nor a message from them. Sometimes the person is simply a mirror. Have you ever dreamed of someone and woke up completely confused about why they were the protagonist? Here is the truth that Jungian psychology has taught us. Most of the people in your dreams are aspects of you. That envious friend who tries to sabotage you in the nightmare. That is your own inner envy that you are too polite to acknowledge. That controlling mother figure who suffocates you. That is your own fear of losing control. That lover who rejects you cold-heartedly. That is the rejection you impose on yourself every single day when you judge yourself in the mirror. We call this the shadow. The shadow is not evil. It is simply the part of us we deny, repress, or reject. The wise person is not the one who has no shadow. It is the one who recognizes it. So how do you know if the dream is a message from them or a reflection of you? Observe the dominant emotion. If the dream leaves you feeling ashamed, jealous, intensely angry, or uncomfortable about your own behavior, you are likely wrestling with your own shadow. On the other hand, if someone shows up displaying incredible courage, creativity, or leadership, your soul is saying, "Look, this greatness you admire in them, it lives in you too. You just need to claim it." Now let's shift our gaze from the past and the internal to the mysterious realm of the future. You dream about a friend you haven't seen in years. In the dream, she is pregnant. 3 days later, you scroll through social media and see her announcement. She is expecting a baby. Coincidence? No. Or perhaps you dream of a car accident, and a week later it happens. The truth is that time does not work the way we were taught in school. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously in different dimensions of reality. When you sleep, your consciousness unhooks from the linear timeline. You gain access to the quantum potentials, the timelines that are forming but haven't yet solidified in the physical world. Premonitory dreams are more common than you dare to imagine. Your soul acts like a weather radar. It can pick up the frequencies of a storm gathering on the horizon long before the first drop of rain falls in the physical world. These dreams usually fall into three categories. 1. The personal warning, sensing danger or illness for a loved one. 2. The announcement of change, seeing someone in a new house, a new job, or with a new partner before they have even told you. 3. The collective wave, dreaming of major events or public figures before they happen. But here is the question that keeps people awake at night. If I dream something bad happens to someone, is it inevitable? No. And this is the most empowering thing you will learn today. The future is probabilistic, not fixed. When you have a premonitory warning, you are seeing the most likely timeline based on the current energy. But you have the power to alter it. A warning exists precisely to give you the opportunity to change the course. If you dream of an accident, you can pray. You can send protective energy. You can warn the person to be careful. Often, the simple act of acknowledging the warning shifts the energy enough to divert the event. You are a powerful co-creator. Never forget that. So you have the knowledge. You understand the connections, the visitations, the mirrors, and the warnings. Now, what do you do with it? Do you wake up, drink your coffee, and forget everything by noon? No, not anymore. Because now you know that your dreams are sacred communication. And sacred communication requires a response. Here are the 3 sacred rituals to turn your dreams into your greatest spiritual tool. Ritual 1, capture the ethereal. Dreams are made of a substance that dissolves the moment it touches the waking world. You have a window of about 5 minutes before the details are lost forever. Keep a notebook by your bed. Before you check your phone, before you speak to anyone, write. It doesn't need to be poetic. Just pour the images onto the page. Capture the chaos. The dreams you are too lazy to write down are often the ones carrying the most critical messages. Do not let them slip away. Ritual 2, feel the truth. After writing, close your eyes again. Do not analyze the plot yet. Feel it. How does your body feel? Is your chest tight? Is your stomach churning? Do you feel light and expansive? Your mind can lie. It can rationalize. But your body never lies. If you dreamed of an apology but your body feels tense and defensive, the energy is not resolved. Somatic wisdom is your compass. Trust it. Ritual 3, the interrogation. Take what you wrote and ask the hard questions. Why this person? Why now? What is the dominant emotion? Is this a memory, a wish, or a warning? Do not force the answer. Let the questions float in your subconscious as you go about your day. The answers will come often in the shower, on a drive, or through a chance conversation. The universe will confirm the message through synchronicities. Tonight, when you lay your head on the pillow, do it differently. Set an intention. Say to yourself, I am open to receiving messages from my soul. I will remember. I will listen. You are not alone on this journey. You have never been alone. There is an invisible web connecting all consciousness. And every person who appears in your dreams, whether living or dead, friend or foe, is a messenger bringing you exactly what you need to know for your evolution. Wake up. Write. Feel. Act. Your dreams are waiting for you to answer the call. This has been a transmission from Quantum Files. If you are ready to peel back the layers of reality and understand the universe not just with your mind, but with your soul, subscribe to the channel now. We are building a community of seekers, and your place is here with us. Until next time, keep your eyes open, especially when you are asleep.